1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, my name is Diego from the Hit Music Studio, and in this version, I would love to get you to play the song Your Power. This is one of our piano tutorials, and this is a version that we make so our students, which most of them are young, can play songs that are cool and interesting for them. So we make adaptations of songs, and this one is even further because the song doesn't really have piano. What it has is guitar, and what I'm doing here is taking some of the elements of the guitar and adapting in a way that it would make sense to play them on piano. Let me mention very quickly that our tutorials do not have the melody of the songs. I try to teach piano parts, so if you have a singer, you can play it this way, or if you are a singer, you can play it yourself as well. But I don't believe in making tutorials that you have the melody where the singer is singing on your right hand. I think that's not very functional. So with that said, let me give you a couple of pointers. You can hear me there play the introduction. If anything, slow it down. Use the slow down feature on YouTube to be able to hear it slowly. A couple of things that I think are important here, especially when you are looking at the right hand. The right hand has a good amount of jumping, so I think it's important to get really familiar with the jumps. In here, I'm using a sustain pedal, and it really allows me to move my hand around without making it sound a little bit like almost clunky and chunky. So you don't want this. That to me sounds a little bit bizarre. So with the sustain pedal, it allows me to play soft and to move my hands and to almost get the notes a lot more connected. So definitely get a sustain pedal. If you don't have one, that is going to be a must. And we have a video in which we explain what sustain pedal we do recommend, regardless of the keyboard that you have. So the other thing that I would say, especially, well, the left hand is fairly easy because you're playing 8 notes, and this is the way that we like it. So to have energy, 8 Fs, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8, then 4 As, and 4 Es. And that almost keeps the pulse. The way that the guitar plays in this song keeps the pulse, but is doing it with strumming. So in this case, we're doing a similar pattern just to give it energy, but of course it's not a copy of the guitar that you will hear in the recording. Now, I would like to mention that when I would do just right hand, very slowly, so get almost familiar with that line. Repeat it. Make sure that you know what the fingerings are, because it is challenging. I think it's someone that is starting out. That's a lot of movement. The second time, it pretty much plays the same thing with a little tag here that will be different. So that when you do what we consider the third line, then we're doing the notes that are a little bit closer together. So one thing that I would like to recommend there is check when I played it the first time and try to probably write the numbers down of the fingers that I was using, because I think those are probably going to be a great guide. As anything, probably practice hands separate and then try to do hands together. There's a couple of moments that the hands do go together, but there's moments that it doesn't. And let me show you what we would like to teach our students to do for the verses of the song. So for the verses of the song, it's going to be the same thing on the left hand, 4 Fs. 8 Fs, and then 4 As and 4 Es. But to give it a little bit of energy, I would say play it soft and do this. On the right hand, you're gonna do GAC on the 2s and 4s. So it would sound like this. Then ACE, and then GBE. And I think that's a way of like filling up the space. The song has a couple of moments in the guitar. It's almost like doing almost like a more like muted type of pattern, so it would have a little bit more energy. But I think that way of playing it gives you like a great foundation to be very soft but make the pulse of the song continue to sounding. So when someone is singing, or if you're singing, I think this will be a great way to support the chords, but in a way that it sounds cool. So those are two basic ideas. The song has more elements to it, but we wanted to show you those couple of things as a way to play with the song, have fun with the song. I really like the vibe of it, and I think it's a cool little pattern to try to get together, especially because the right hand can be a little bit tricky with all the jumping, and with a little of like the notes that are like syncopated, they don't land on the downbeats. They're actually on the and of four, that type of thing. So hopefully this video can help our students and anyone else watching to play a little bit of Your Power by Billie Eilish. If you would like to take lessons with me or with anyone else here at the Hit Music Studio, check our main website, thehitmusicstudio.com. We have a good amount of content that we put out all the time to help you guys to learn music the fastest and the easiest way possible. And we want to thank you for watching, and definitely consider subscribing, especially if you learned something. Also, let us know in the comments if you would like for us to cover any song that you are interested in seeing. We'll see you guys on the next one.